Welcome to another installment of Mikey's Bees. This is actually the second hive I've worked today. I did another one at the Medina High Point Resort. But I'm setting up two cameras today, and I'm hoping that you guys enjoy two different angles. Maybe a little bit messy, but we'll see. The editing was a pain in the butt, I promise you. And I sped this part up because I'm sure you didn't want to watch me getting dressed in real time and fighting with this crazy monkey suit. The audio in this video I had to completely delete, even though I know it's kind of nice to hear the birds chirping in the background and the rooster. But if you take a look at the trees, it's actually windy out here, so all I really got was a whole bunch of noise. This is the second angle, and I'm hoping this works out. I hope you like it. Let me know. It's a heck of a lot of work trying to do these two angles. And if it doesn't pay off, if it doesn't work out for you, it's not really worth the effort. But if it does, I'll keep doing it. So just let me know. Now, one of the things that you'll notice here is that I'm being a little apprehensive. The bees have already told me that they're not happy because of the wind. Last time it was rain, this time it's wind. But at the resort, I actually got stung on the hand, and it's still a little tender. So I'm being a little bit goofy with my hand movements here. And just being overly cautious, I suppose. On that first frame there, they still haven't done anything to it. I can't figure out where to lay my tool. This frame here is one that was already built out. Came with a nuke box. The girls are pretty much covered up one side of it. The side that's facing it. The side that's facing in now, they've hardly messed with at all. But the queen has been laying. She's been keeping busy. I'm having to turn my back to the sun here. I'm trying to see if I can see eggs. I can see larvae and capped pupa, but I'm just not seeing any eggs. This is that frame that they were doing the reused wax on. Yeah, those mountains of wax that I saw in the last video were really dark. And it turns out that sometimes bees, when they're low on resources, will actually move wax around. But most of the wax here, you can see it a little bit there. It's kind of built out a little bit. It's actually a natural color now. So feeding them the sugar water has helped. However, on this frame here, you'll notice that I bumble a little bit. This frame is extraordinarily heavy. Now, flick the bees out of the way. Don't want to pinch them. See, I almost dropped it there. This frame is full of larvae and pupa and honey. And when you're trying to be gentle and not pinch bees, it can be sometimes tricky getting a hold of a heavy frame. A little puff of smoke there flying past the camera. And this is another frame I put in there that was not drawn out at all. Flick the little bee out of the way. And you'll see they're actually doing a good job of pulling the wax out on this frame. Still haven't got it deep enough for the queen to lay in, but they're getting there. It won't take them long. Another week and they'll have it all full of eggs and larvae. And they're building comb between the frames side to side. You can't have that in there, so you got to get it out. You'll see me doing that a couple of more times in this video. The girls are just staying busy. They're doing a really good job. Yeah, the Medina High Point Resort, that was an interesting job this morning. The bees had been messed with in a little over a year, and they weren't sure if they were nice bees or mean bees, or they really didn't have any information to give me. So when I got down there, turns out the bees were really nice. They were really good, but they had been abandoned. And don't know if you guys ever heard of the Flow Hive, but Google it. I'll tell you right now, I'm not a fan, and that's what they used down at the resort, was the Flow Hive. And the bees hadn't gone into the second level at all, and it was full of cockroaches and spiders and everything else. And so we took it off, took it back inside the resort. You can see here I'm pulling off some more burr comb that's they're putting between the frames, kind of gluing the frames together. This frame was another heavy one, and again it's full of caps pupa and larvae and a whole lot of honey. You can see the water on the front of the hive there. That's actually got sugar water in it. And given the weight of these frames and how much they're storing, I think I'm going to stop giving them sugar water. Make them either eat the resources they got or go get more. They're doing a good job of building out wax, but they're storing a lot of that sugar water. I'd say probably most of the so-called honey in this hive right now is sugar water. I hadn't seen the queen yet. I'm really trying to see eggs. It's not super important to find the queen, as long as you can see eggs. If you see eggs, you know the queen has been there. As long as you're gentle and move slow, she'll get out of the way and you have a very slim chance of crushing her. And they're starting to work on this frame as well. Just move everything back over nice and slow. We don't want to squish any of the girls, much less the queen. And I haven't touched that frame at all. We're going to stick it back out on the outside edge. Get everything nice and centered up. And start putting it back together again. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. And please let me know if you like the two different angles. We'll try to do more of it. Maybe not jump around quite so much. But it all depends on what kind of comments you leave. And it doesn't hurt to click like if you like the video either. Yeah, this monkey suit. It's only 80 degrees out here, but inside this crazy suit, it feels like it's 100. That sweat done running down my nose. My glasses are all soaking wet. I can't even see out of them. Alright. Get the smoker up here. Turn the second camera off.